Well, I think we've moved away from the essential aspect of the argument, was that what wearing the burqa does is enslave women, Muslim women, that they are incapable of taking part in our society. So actually, I would be interested to know, and I'm not sure how you discover this, is when you find women who wear this, are they wearing it through fear of the male, or fear of their religion, or are they wearing it because they're embracing it because they wish to keep themselves secret from everybody except their husband? And until we get to that point, I don't think that we can move the debate on.
But you never get an answer to that question.
Right, but we have got to. But we need to have the debate. We need to have the debate. And I admire Sarkozy for being prepared as the president of a democratic European country of saying it. What I'd like to hear is some politicians talking about the same
I do think it's an interesting debate. We're having an interesting debate on it this evening. I think you need to create a culture in a society of openness where people can then choose. I was in Kabul pretty soon after it was liberated in the action in Afghanistan, and I saw women there in burqas, but I also saw plenty of women who were liberated because they were now living in a city where it was okay not to wear a burqa, and that was a great thing. But I think we live in a great British country of tolerance where people of different cultures and different values can express themselves. You know, one of the most successful secondary schools in London is a Sikh school, the Guru Nanak School. When I went there, I wore something on my head because I fitted in with the culture. But the reason why it's a successful school is because of a respect for family, a respect for education, a respect for our elders and betters, all the sorts of things that we want to see in all of our schools, and we should welcome that.
But what we need to do is we're never going to get the answer to Kelvin's question, what are the motives behind it? And they'll be mixed. Some will do it for some reason, some for others. What we need to do is actually help Muslim women actually come up in our society so they take their own decisions.
Burqa won't help them.
So that when they take a decision, we're confident it's their decision. That's the issue.
All right, the man there in the third row. Yeah.
Surely there's more important issues to talk about in government than the burqa issue. You know, this is just a small argument. Surely there's more bigger issues that need to be addressed.
Okay, and you, sir. Hold on a second,
going back to what Julia said about the crucifix, would a little lady in a sweet shop feel threatened by a woman coming in with a crucifix, or a group of people coming in with a burqa?
Or a group of people coming in with hoodies?
Well, yeah, it's the...
Okay.
They won't be allowed in, though.
All right, we'll move on.
They'll feel equally as threatened.
We'll obey the member of the audience, as there are other things to talk about, and we'll move on. Just before we do, though, we're going to be in Cambridge next week. We have the Deputy Leader of the Labour Party, Harriet Harman, on the panel, Ian Duncan-Smith, the former Conservative leader, and Jarvis Cocker. And yes, excellent, you say. Yeah. And that's just 3 out of 5. If you'd like to apply, the number 08716269988.